Welcome back, fans of entrepreneurship and radio entrepreneurs, and thank our hosts at O'Brien and Levine Court Reporting Solutions. This is on the record, and it will be all week. That means that Radio Entrepreneurs is featuring the best of Boston attorneys, and that means I have flanked to my right Mark Z from Mark Z Legal Staffing to protect me and ask all those probing legal questions. Thanks, Mark.
Jeff, pleasure. I always have you back, and this is very exciting and rewarding.
Ken, why don't you tell us about your practice?
Sure. Well, DeMoura Smith is a small Boston law firm with offices here and in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We represent businesses, entrepreneurs, families, and institutions in mostly litigation, transactional work, real estate transactions, and estate planning and succession issues.
Excellent. So full service.
We're full service. We have 7 lawyers, one who is resident in our New Hampshire office, who does white-collar crime and criminal defense work. But the Boston office is primarily, I would say, 60% litigation and then transactional and real estate.
Do you find you have a competitive advantage having what I would call a boutique-sized law firm?
I think we do. One of the other things that we have is a virtual office. We have an office downtown Boston, but by and large, our attorneys work out of their homes or other home or satellite offices out in the suburbs, and we're able to keep our overhead down and be able to provide clients with a lot more value at a more competitive hourly rate or fixed rate. We can be very flexible.
I've had that argument with too many attorneys over the years that there was a time, I'd go into a law firm and they'd be lined with books and, the ability to talk. And I say to them, you don't need the office anymore. And they're holding on to the past.
I think that's right. I tell clients when they ask me why we have a virtual office or primarily practice that way, and I tell them because I didn't think you would want to pay for my Oriental rugs or the columns in the building at One International Place.
And you've practiced with some major firms before you had this boutique firm.
You've learned from experience.
Yes, I actually cut my teeth at one of Boston's biggest firms and practiced and learned how to be a trial lawyer there.
Right.
Unfortunately, Bingham, Dana and Gould was the name of the firm when I was there, but it has now gone on to be taken out by another firm. But yeah, I've been at big firms. I've started my own firm twice, and then I've been at sort of mid-sized firms. So
well, you're now in my realm. You're an entrepreneur.
Yes, yeah, and I do enjoy that. And I think it helps me with my business clients who are either looking to start a business or having issues with their co-owners or partners in their business and trying to figure out a way to resolve those issues.
So we're going to touch upon another issue you don't think is going to come up, but lawyers tend to be a little bit slow at. Since you've gone virtual, technology must be a keystone of your business.
It is. We even before we started our firm did quite a bit of research on how to do this technologically to make sure that our clients' information is secure, to make sure that all the attorneys had access at all times to their information and their clients' information, and also the ability to communicate with each other. Even though what I usually say is we're just a law firm with long hallways. Because I could be sitting in Peabody, Massachusetts, and one of my partners could be in Acton, but it feels like we're right next door.
Well, the law firms I've consulted to, or we've consulted to at my firm Mage, you walk into the lobby's pretty, and then you go back into the kitchen, and the law firm is usually a mess of work. I figured let the lawyers keep their mess at home.
Well, we do, but what we also are very, very vigilant about is when we talk about being digital, is trying to avoid creating those piles of papers and those big long file cabinets full of documents. We scan everything. We use databases very heavily to keep our case files on. They're all secure. They're all encrypted. But that also helps keep that from looking very messy.
Right.
But you also, even though you are virtual, if your client needs to meet you, you'll meet them at a convenient place. And because obviously, in addition to costs coming down, it's important to have that personal touch. And I know that's something that you value too.
Yes, we do. And in fact, the place that we have in Boston, we have a conference room space there. The clients are meeting with one this afternoon, for example. But also we do travel. We'll go to visit the clients. In fact, I prefer to do it that way when I'm representing smaller businesses or companies. I'd like to see their operation. I'd like to see.
You practice the way I do.
Okay.
I got rid of my office this year after over 32 years of having an office. And, you know, I've spent a lot of money on real estate that didn't build value. That's
Right.
the way I look at it.
Yep.
And I want to be, and people say to me, what's it like not having an office? I go, I want to be with my client. I want to see where they're working. I want to see the problem. I don't want to just hear about it. So
Yep.
I agree with you 100%.
I think our clients, and probably you see the same thing, the big concerns they have are security, obviously, or it's everything that I'm giving you secure, but as importantly, accessibility.
Right.
You know, can I get you when I need you? And I think that would be true if I had a bricks and mortars space or not. But I think that that one of the sells or one of the benefits of using a smaller firm is you are going to get the person you hired. You're not going
Right.
to get an associate. And because we're virtual, you get my cell phone number right up front, and you know you have 24/7 access to me.